Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. My name is Umbago, and with me once again is...
Megalomaniac, hello internet.
Good day. Last time we arrested the leader of a major terrorist sect, so we'll probably never see them again.
No,
Um,
he's learning that there are in fact 5 lights.
yeah, but for now, we are going to go deal with a Klingon who is
He's
looking
tribbled.
for... Yeah, he is certainly tripled up.
He's in a load of tribble.
Yeah.
How many tribble puns do you think I'm gonna make this episode?
You've probably already met your quota.
What, one? I mean, the
You've
same one
you
twice?
yes.
Okay. Well, let's go find the furry little things.
Yeah.
Hilariously, my bridge crew has a bunch equipped as devices. Because
Yeah.
last session I somehow ended up with like a dozen, because tribbles breed like tribbles, and
Yeah. The whole tribble mini game, so to speak, in Star Trek Online is quite interesting.
he's still like
So
bow raising.
yeah. Um, so at the end of last week's episode, since we hit level 45, I went to my account bank where I had some Mark 11 gear sitting ready, and some of the items I equipped were these Alachi Crescent disruptor cannons. So that's why you may be noticing that my beams look a little funny this time.
They look perfectly normal if you were in an anime.
I think those crescent beams actually do look pretty cool.
They do look cool. They just look very, very anime-ish.
The Alachi beams don't have the same animation. It's unfortunately only the cannons that do.
Well, we know who's gonna play Alachi escort person eventually.
I mean, if I were to ever get a like if I were to ever get one, I'd probably use one on this character.
More Klingons.
He's Captain Gerard seems to think that there's something going on this planet. We've seen this fine gentleman before, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Long, long ago.
He was the guy for the asteroid mission, right?
I believe so. And we will certainly see him again.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Assumedly as a Klingon, it certainly has a Romulan.
Anyway, so that takes care of all the Klingon ships in orbit. We managed to convince them to go away. So let's head on down and see what's going on.
By convince them to go away, you mean blew them to hell.
Well, hey, we managed to convince Captain Gerard to go away.
After blowing like 6 of his ships to hell.
Well, actually, we did that after blowing 2 of his ships up, and then we just blew up the other 3 for good measure.
Yeah. True. Well, you know, I figure after killing about 100, maybe more Klingons, he'll go off. We have to go find Dr. Jones. Called the dog Indiana. Ah, Klingon warriors heroically killing tribbles.
Yep. I like that my science officer was going, we can't let them kill the cute defenseless tribbles.
We can make more.
Or more like they can make more themselves.
Yeah. I think we have this, like, the one species in the universe that doesn't have to worry about going extinct.
Yeah. They are kind of crazy. But yeah, in Star Trek Online, triples themselves are actually an item. They are they're a buff item that you can get and equip on your bridge officers or yourself. That when used, and by used I mean when you pet them, uh, then a variety of different buffs can occur.
Yeah, for
Um,
example, since I have Bajoran Terrorist Lady here, she has plus 50% hit points, another plus 50% hit points. Okay, they're all apparently the same kind. I don't know why I put four of those on here. Someone else.
yeah, uh, yeah. So, and they get that buff for a limited time.
I am actually wondering if my interface is just bugged because it's saying like all of them are plus 50% hit points.
Well, actually, they may all be, even though they may have the same name, which goes
Different
to
names.
the
Yeah.
they all different name. Yeah, so, yeah. So even if they have the same, even if they have different names, they may actually have similar abilities because but this is where we go into the tribble raising uh, gimmick. If you so the tribbles, if they are fed, will breed into more tribbles uh, in the series. In Star Trek Online, the way they represent this is that every 4 or so hours, the tribble in your inventory. If there's both a tribble and a food item in your inventory, um, the tribble will consume the food item, and there will now be another tribble there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what the timing is, but
Not that long.
yeah, it's not that long. Um, Depending on the food item and the tribble in question, the new tribble may be a specific type.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the whole triple breeding thing comes in because there's basically three tiers of tribble. Um, Basically, like one that's like offense based, one that's defense based, and one that's like special bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
And as you breed them through each chain, you can get a variety of combinations of bonuses. Oh, there's also a number of special triples, which just ignore that entirely, and some of them actually are only obtainable through breeding. For
Yeah.
example, there was a special one for the summer event where if you bred a tribble using one of the food items from the summer event, you got a unique tribble. Generally, though, like I mean, the generic ones are actually pretty good, especially when you start getting to their higher tier levels. I end up just keeping the special ones on my main captain, though.
Mm-hmm. And then there were certain ones that are like just flat out given as events, right?
Yeah,
Because I remember you mentioned, I think it was for like a test server thing.
yeah, they
A
tend to.
most hilarious thing
Yeah,
ever: Borg assimilated tribble.
yes, I have one of those, and yeah, that was either a uh, one of the first testing weekends, or that was like a pre-order or lifetime subscription thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which
that
begs
is
the
a pretty
question
great one.
to me: the Borg
What's it?
assimilated tribble. Why aren't there like more than millions of them, millions of billions of them?
Well, it could be because the tribbles just don't do anything. Like
Yes.
how do they help the collective?
Breeding out the ass. Quite possibly
Yeah,
literally, because I don't really want to know how many orifices there are on a tribble.
there's definitely a lot of tribbles in this mission.
Yeah, there are.
I
I
also
like how
think it's
some
great
of them
how
kind of kick around like a
yeah,
kickball.
yes, yeah, yeah. Some of them have physics attached to them, and some of them are just there. Uh, Especially since the physics in this game are really great.
Kick the tribble. It's gotta be a great sport in the Klingon homeworld. Triple soccer.
Actually, I don't think that'd be very good considering they're like allergic to tribbles.
Or are they allergic? I just thought they like hated them or feared them.
I know they absolutely hate them, but I thought that there was something like, very physical to the hate. Like it was more than just a psychological dislike of tribbles. There's something more to it than that.
I just figured Klingons hated adorable.
Well, that's also probably the original reason. Like if you were to ask the the series directors why, that'd probably be what they'd say.
Klingons hate joy. There's no honor in it.
Pretty much.
Okay. Mr. Dehar Master, come here. Slice you up.
Oh, I had never bothered looking closely at the firing animation of the pulse wave rifles. Apparently, they are straight up just shotguns.
Dr. Serrano Jones.
Hey.
G. Serrano Jones. Presumably the descendant of the Serrano Jones from the original episode of Tribbles.
Yes, because if you ask him about himself, he actually does mention there's nothing interesting about him. He just happens to be named after his grandfather or great grandfather.
A galactic
That's,
traitor.
in fact, the second relative of Serrano Jones we have come across.
Yeah, because the one back on
Nimbus.
Nimbus.
Yeah. Anyway, so we need to put some of these back where we came. So,
Let's do that first.
You can pick up a tribble here.
Really? Can we like play catch with it or something?
No, it's like it's one of the normal tribbles. Like if you could pick one up to be. Well, actually, like there's a bunch you could pick up. Yeah.
Which means by the end of this, recording, I'll probably have like 8.
Yeah, probably. You should go to the other corner, the one I'm not going to.
Nah, that'd be efficient.
Yeah.
Can't be efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't be efficient.
I'm just kidding, I went there. Okay, pattern enhancer placed in the middle of the fur.
Alright, so now we got the other 2 corners to hit up.
I had a really horrible thought.
Oh dear.
You know how there's furries in the real world?
Yeah.
In Star Trek, there's people like into tribbles. In that way.
You just had to go there.
Well, yeah, if I'm gonna think about it, I have to, inflict it on you and every other single person watching. I'm not gonna suffer alone in this.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Meanwhile, yeah, these pulse wave rifles have their standard attack is actually also minorly AOE, which is pretty useful.
Handy.
Yeah, they fires pretty quickly too. Cryptic really did a good job at rebalancing the ground weapons when they did that big overhaul like a year or so ago.
Now they just need to overhaul it again and make their combat like Neverwinter.
Yeah,
not gonna
like
happen, I know, but
I mean, yes, the ground combat in general could definitely be a lot better, but that's not something that needs to be modified. Like they don't need to change the weapons to do that, but
no,
yeah,
they would need to change the underlying engine, I think.
Yeah, which at this point may not be.
No, that would not be remotely viable.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
I
we're
could
gonna.
be wrong. It could be super simple on the back end, but I'm thinking no.
I don't know, because I mean, definitely. Right, where are we?
We need to go beam these tribbles to a moon.
Yep, we're gonna get rid of them.
We're not gonna get rid of them. We're just gonna make them, live happily.
Oh, but apparently the Klingons don't like that, so we need to.
Oh no, because it involves the triples leaving.
Yeah, so we have to kill a few more Klingons while we wait for a fleet from DS9 to arrive.
By, by a fleet, you mean Defiant? Which,
Uh,
you know, is admittedly a fleet on its own.
Yeah, it's pretty much a fleet, yeah. Of course, unless there's more waves, we may actually kill all the enemies.
Given
then.
it's a timer, I'm willing to bet it will just keep spawning in waves until time runs out.
Yeah, like that would be the logical thing. But we'll see if they follow through.
Hmm, 23 more seconds.
Yeah, and another wave. Oh, there's the Kang.
I voted for Kodos.
Well, unfortunately, you can't get everything you want. Oh, there we go. There's the Defiant.
Better than a fleet.
Yep. Well, it's not piloted by Cisco though, so
That's true.
it's still
If
pretty
it were,
good.
these Klingons would already be gone.
Yep. But in fact, they wouldn't even come in the first place. They'd just be like, oh shit.
Yeah, Klingons
Can't
wouldn't be
do
doing
that.
anything in this sector.
Yeah.
So we have dealt with the Klingon triples.
Yeah. So we can leave the system and carry on with our mission.
To explore strange new worlds and blow them up.
Well, not your mission.
Oh, you mean the real one that they gave us, not my delusions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine are more fun.
If you say so.
And for that, we got a gun. How good is
Yeah.
that compared to my gun?
There's some okay guns.
That is not like great compared to my gun, but
No, because just,
I have
you got
guys to
bridge
get this
officers.
gun to, yeah.
Yeah.
Now we get to deal with my favorite thing, Deep Space Nine. By favorite thing, I mean not. Bajoran religious bullshit.
Yeah, we gotta go pick up one of the Bajoran orbs from Cardassia.
Yay. Which means we need to go to Beta Ursi.
Yep.
Well, you know, the orbs are just kind of like MacGuffins that make the plot do whatever they want it to, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which one are we going after anyway?
Which one? What?
Which
Which orb?
orb? Orb of
I think
possibilities.
is that what? Did they actually say that?
Yeah, in the mission description. So we're gonna go beyond 666 here. Props to
Yep.
anybody who got that.
Uh, oh, let's just. I mean, there probably won't be anything bad happening here. It'll probably just a simple pickup and drop off.
Yes, because they would make a mission in the game that is that.
Yeah. They would actually. There are a few missions in the game that are basically that.
Yeah, I do like it when video games basically completely destroy your expectations like that. Here, escort this freighter. Surely there will be no trouble on the way. And there actually isn't.
Yeah.
I'd only do that in like an open world type game or an MMO. Like if it were level based, it would just kind of actually piss people off because they want to play the game. Plus, you're an open world type game, they can make their own trouble.
Yeah. No, definitely, yeah. Uh, Nothing special was out on orbit around Cardassia except for Jem'Hadar. Whoever saw this one coming?
They came back
Apparently
and
not.
finished a job that got started at the end of the war.
Yeah.
Which is to say, blowing up the planet.
Not sure that would really help them very much.
They're genetically engineered super soldiers. I think rational plans aren't exactly how they're the strong suit. Rational goals, I should say. Rational tactics, yes.
They're pretty good at the tactics. Alright, well, we got another group over here. And since it's just attack ships and thus are basically frigate type.
This is just a tricky ship.
Yeah, these don't take very long, and are very much unthreatening.
Maybe they threw about 3 times this amount at us to be threatening.
Yeah. Well, there's also there are heavier Jem'Hadar ships they could use as well. Like they could use the any of their heavy escorts or the dreadnought, which do actually show up in later missions.
So now we need to beam down and get it personally, so we can personally bitch out the guys who decide to let the Jem'Hadar hang in their space.
Yeah. Also, potentially, I mean, if there's Jem'Hadar up in orbit, there might be Jem'Hadar on the planet.
Probably. I brought my freakish alien companion this time.
Just in case.
It's for variety. Have you actually? I don't know if you've ever seen him before. This guy right here, Irith.
No.
Big
No, I
head.
haven't. That is some design.
Yeah, it's like I got a random alien bridge officer, and he looked like that. I said, sure, why not?
There's a I think we need to actually look at the force field first.
To find out that we're trapped in the room because they suck.
No, not that. Oh, no, it's we shoot the doors.
Oh, like the logical thing's gonna work. Dodge roll.
Actually, there is a bridge officer that I picked up that I had from a giveaway that I should probably actually use on this character instead of the one I've always been using here. But I need to finish setting him up first.
Yeah, originally when I was playing this character for the Let's Play, I was considering making Alien. It was just the most ridiculous, stupid looking thing possible.
And then you decided you're going to be a Packlet because that's good enough.
Yeah. Because, I don't even think I could take something that ridiculously stupid for, what are we going on, 30 weeks.
Uh,
31.
should be episode 32.
32, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you've been a part of this for about 30-ish episodes.
Yeah.
Actually, no, a lot less than that. I think you have been around for about. We're back here.
Well, I'm sure we missed the force field device deactivation thing.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah, because I think we just ran right past that room.
Probably. But yeah, my main, I got an alien.
Because I ran right past this room, but it didn't look like it opened. Oh, it does.
You have to shoot it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got an alien on my Federation main, and I made it a drow. Just because.
Yeah, you would. Alright.
Well, you know, if we
Yeah,
go on the theory that somewhere in this universe is Aber Terrell, you know, Neverwinter crossover.
Yeah. The character generator in Star Trek Online, as folks have definitely seen earlier in the videos, is very, very powerful. And that's one of Cryptic's hallmarks. In a way, it's actually kind of a shame that as their games, like as they have released more games, the games have become less customizable.
Yeah, because what they're doing doesn't really allow.
It's pretty much because it ends up being that whatever they're making doesn't really allow them a whole lot of leeway. Like there isn't a whole lot you can do in Neverwinter to make it. Like to allow quite as customization as Star Trek Online or even Champions Online allowed.
Yeah, whereas Champions can do whatever it wants because superhero comics.
Yeah. Anyway, there's another
goofy crap you want.
Yeah, and there are some real I've seen a lot of real good designs in Champions Online. The game is still
when you do this, you should put a picture of Fleet's aggro crag.
Yeah, I might do that if I can find where he left an image of it.
Just bug him. I'm sure he knows where it is.
Oh, I'm sure. That or Installation Wizard.
That one's also good.
That one's also pretty good.
Yeah, I wish I liked playing Champions more because it's got a really good customization thing, especially compared to DCUO, which.
Yeah, DCUO's customization is just bad.
DCUO's customization is bad for what it is because I can understand restricting certain things to, within stuff that exists in the comics. But I can't even make a dude with last I checked, I should say, I haven't played in a year and a half or so. But you can't even make a dude with a Green Lantern uniform.
No.
Or anyone with a Superman emblem. Unless it's a cheap looking t-shirt. And
their customization is the only thing I will give DCUO credit for having a pretty good control scheme for a console-based superhero MMO, but everything else about it is.
It's not bad to play. It's just the customizations.
Yeah, which if you're playing a superhero-based MMO, you want to have a high degree of customization in how your costume looks.
Yeah, and especially, like I said, especially add things in that make you feel like you're a superhero in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Again,
especially when they went to the effort of making a conceit that actually allows the whole thing to not collapse in on itself.
Yeah. But I mean, Green Lantern Corps, there's 3,600 of them. Let someone play one. With the uniform and everything. I mean, I think you get the power signals, but.
Yeah, you do.
Dad, I probably should stop firing to go help you.
Whoops.
Yeah, this is why I don't wear the medic suit.
You also went into the other hallway.
Yeah, I did.
I was going to go down the other side because there's probably something there.
Probably. I just saw guys and shot them. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. This time we shall all stay in the same hallway, shooting the same guys to death.
Yeah. My Tetron shotgun will make short work of them. Yeah, in fact, it kind of does.
Yay! It's an interrogator. Hey,
Yeah.
how many lights are there? How many lights do you see?
You know, we've seen a few interrogators so far, you know.
Yeah, but I just noticed this one's name. I usually don't really notice names of people I kill. I don't like to get that personal.
Okay.
I don't want to think about them. You know, I might feel guilt or something.
Alright, so if we use the secondary one... Oh. So that one is already deactivated.
Yeah, we already got the secondary one. We have to find the minister.
We actually have to actually find the minister. It's just
I almost said chance.
I can't remember. I can't remember if that one is always disabled and you have to go to the top one, or if it's just you can choose either one of them. And since we already opened one, why would it allow you to access another?
I just like the implication that they have multiple secondary force generators.
Well, you know, it is probably a networked system, so there's probably you can probably access it from multiple locations.
Yeah, I'm just saying applying logic to video game security systems is not something people normally do. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, it's not like I'm a great avid player of Splinter Cell, so
You know, it probably doesn't.
Gul Oren is a typical true-way extremist, lost in the past and dreaming of a return of Cardassian glory. So yeah, apparently this guy just kind of pulled a coup or something and stole the orb.
Well, we better track him down, because anything bad happening to that orb, probably not a good thing.
Mm-hmm. It's called the Orb of Possibilities. It probably has the power to rewrite reality or something.
I also like how he mentions the disruptors of his Jem'Hadar allies when they don't use disruptors.
Well, he meant those who disrupt, not the weapons.
No, he was talking about their weapons.
Okay, maybe he's just dumb and doesn't know what
Yeah. Or maybe he's trying to insinuate a Polaron disruptor, which is not something Cryptic has added yet. The only they have made a Polaron hybrid weapon, but if I remember correctly, it is phased.
I want rainbow lasers. Do I have rainbow lasers?
Well, you can already have rainbow lasers. You just need to equip
one weapon that is rainbow lasers.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they'll add some alien that does that.
That'd be nice. Rainbow beams.
So speaking of ships, so just this week, Cryptic has released a new ship for Romulan characters. In fact, 3 ships for Romulan characters. One of which is actually available for free as part of their normal ship progression. It's
in a very, very good place.
Yeah, so they added it at the Tier 4 section, where previously the progression for Romulans at that rank was basically at the launch of Legacy of Romulus, Romulans had one available ship model per rank, as they progressed. Now, of course, there were actually two because one was a C-store variant of that
but it
same
was
ship.
still the same type.
But
of
for all
ship.
intents and purposes, it was just
And-
another variant of the same ship. But unfortunately, the way it was all set up was that from tiers 1 through 3, the ships were basically escort types. At tier 4, the ship was a Dideridex, which is very much a cruiser type.
Yeah, and
So-
making that shift is really hard.
Yeah, that is a really, really hard shift. So what Cryptic has done is they've added a new tactical warbird at the tier 4 rank, along with a tier 4 C-store variant. The regular tier 4 one is available for free as part of your rank up package.
And you
but
will be seeing this when we get to Romulans, I can guarantee you.
yeah, yeah. At least one of us will actually use the that new ship.
I ain't touching that crap after Derelict again, man.
I don't know. Like maybe if by the time we get to that, they have
Maybe.
like if they have a full cruiser progression, then maybe it'd be something one of us would be interested in looking at. Oh, how convenient! There's a gem at our battleship right there.
There is.
So the basic free one is just an escort like warbird. So it continues the same progression that Romulan players have been using already up to that point. The C-store variant of the tier 4 version comes with a quad plasma cannons, which is basically the plasma variant of the cannons from the Sao Paulo Defiant refit. And also the Klingons have a version of that as well, so that allows for a variant at each. You should probably stop firing because we're not going to go out of red alert and carry on until you do.
Fine.
So now that makes all the
can't
factions
stop
have
them.
their. Oh, now you can start shooting back at them.
Fine. Make up your mind. Do we want him dead or not? She's running pretty quick.
Yeah. So there's also a tier 5 version. Oh, here's some weird looking almost Federation ships.
Perhaps they're
That
from
are-
the Mare universe.
Yeah, like they're only using the ISS signifier.
Gasp.
I wonder what could be going on with that.
Well, they took the orb.
But yeah, so the tier 5 version of this ship also comes with a special console that gives the ship a new mode that allows you to basically use your singularity power as a massive beam cannon.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, it looks really neat, and I'm looking forward to checking it out when we get to the Romulan side.
And now we get a new console.
Yeah, some interesting ones.
Let's go with a shield emitter, because I'm good at the
Yeah.
shields. Do you
Yeah,
want
I
to keep
could use
going?
those as
Because
well.
we're only 40 minutes in.
Yeah, let's do one more
And
tonight.
since the next one is essentially a direct continuation of what we just did.
Yeah, that sounds good. After we're done this normal one, we'll also be putting up a supplemental mission, but we will be recording that after we are done here for the day. But now, we need to go back to DS9 because they're having some weird power fluctuations.
Gasp.
So we should go and see what the heck's going on.
Did I say it was direct continuation from the last one? Whoops. Spoilers.
Well, the mission's only called Crack in the Mirror.
Oh, what, you think it has something to do with the Mirror universe just because it's called Crack in the Mirror?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, it totally does. Did I go to the right Deep Space Nine? Nope. I went to the one with people in it.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think it doesn't matter.
Oh, do we? Okay, we do have to. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. We just have to go to the normal Deep Space Nine. I forgot what this one was.
Yeah, I think we need to go somewhere specific in order to.
Yeah, the docking ring.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what's going on at all. We haven't played this game before.
Nope. We need to go. Yeah, we need to go over here.
We need to go right where we.
Right where we beamed in.
And we can. Who do I want to take this time? Let's take Luann. I have no idea who Luann is, but
Someone you
she's
have.
there. She's human, I guess. My only comments is my Bajoran terrorist. I mean, Bajoran tactical officer.
Oh dear. We found the. We found the chief engineer, and he doesn't look too good.
We'll be fine.
Also, the Mirror Universe guys are trying to take over Deep Space Nine.
That's two.
Yep. That's two so far. So we need to track down some devices that they have left on the station and take care of them. What are you up to?
I ran up there because I went the wrong way.
Oh.
I'm a scientist,
now...
not a navigator. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Get your Vulcan lady up.
So now we gotta fight our way through the halls of Deep Space Nine once again. Other great uses for orbital strike.
Firing on the station filled with civilians?
Yep.
That's cold, man. I don't even think I would do that.
Well, hopefully I wasn't shooting through any of the habitation rings. I hope.
I have no idea of the actual...
I don't even know where we are at this moment, so I can't quite say.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Like, they said we are in one of the docking rings, but we aren't. But, like, they didn't quite really say where exactly. So, we're in some location where this is probably not going to
we'll just
hurt
assume
anyone.
You're not committing war crimes.
Yeah.
If only because I want to do it first.
Yeah. That's another device there. You got that one?
As soon as this guy stops shooting me, yes.
All right.
Apparently, after all those guys stop shooting us. Okay, they're all shot.
Yeah, they are taken care of. That's another device down.
We're getting revenge for Chief Engineer Ricky. I didn't know his actual name, so I'm just assuming it's Ricky.
Maxwell?
That makes sense.
The one that's in the mission objective?
Yeah. He wouldn't be dead if his last name was O'Brien or Scott or LaForge. Or Torres, or... Who was the engineer in Enterprise?
Oh, man. I was also just thinking that, too.
Is it Tucker or Reed?
I think it's Tucker.
Okay, that's Southern... Yeah, that sounds right, Tucker. It's like one's the engineer, one's the crazy weapon guy.
Yes. I I think both of them were kind of crazy though.
Yeah, I mean one's like by crazy weapon guy I mean like
It, an
brings 10
actual
pounds of
fire.
C4 when a stick of dynamite would do.
Well, yeah. I I should watch more of Enterprise, honestly, but I need to get the DVDs or something.
I've seen like all of 6 episodes.
I
One of
haven't
them
seen a
being the
whole lot of it.
two-parter where that basically is the origin of the Mary universe. That was pretty cool.
I haven't seen that one. I most all the episodes I saw were mostly like first season ones. I didn't really see much past the first season, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw like the first 3 episodes, then though that two-parter with the Mary universe thing, and then inadvertently the last episode.
Yeah, the last episode is why I want to actually go back and watch Enterprise.
It's like
Just with
it never held my attention.
it for me, I mostly stopped watching it because I got to a point where I just wasn't really watching a whole lot of TV in my life.
Yeah, that too.
Because it was one of the things that I watched that show with my dad, and when we stopped really watching much TV in general, then I just sort of faded away from bothering to check it out every week.
Yeah, it never caught my attention. So
Yeah. And now we need to protect Deep Space Nine from Mirror Universe ships and troop transports. We'll just take care of them.
the funny thing is, and I'm sure they explained this in the game. Last we saw the Mary universe, the Federation was essentially conquered by the Cardassian Klingons.
Yeah, I'm
They
not
were
entirely
essentially
sure if they. I'm not entirely sure if they really cover why they've turned around and become such a big resurgence. Especially since, like, yes, we take that into consideration, but we can also see by this point in Star Trek Online, we also will see versions of the Mirror Universe Jupiter Dreadnought, and I believe in one mission you have the possibility of seeing a Mirror Universe Odyssey.
That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah. So I mean, they are clearly they've clearly advanced to something.
I think the implication is they've been crossing over and like getting information, like designs from this side.
That's probably the thing that makes the most sense, really. I would have to look and see if Star Trek Online if the fiction within Star Trek Online really explains it, because I don't remember anything from any of the missions with Mirror Universe characters that makes it obvious as to what the situation is on the other side of the mirror.
Let's go to Bajor 7.
Yeah, we should go there and see what's going on, where these guys came from. I mean, beyond coming from the Mirror Universe, of course.
Yeah. Now, I think the base idea of the Mirror Universe is that everything is just twisted and kind of like inherently evil. So, like,
Yeah.
if the humans overthrew the Cardassian Klingons, them becoming like, trying to conquer this universe makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, like if you look over here, like here's a Mirror Universe Trident, which is definitely a STO original, and then a Mirror Universe Prometheus.
Yeah.
And the Prometheus would have been built after the events of Deep Space Nine.
Oh, hey, I should probably heal your shields.
You know, would be appreciated, but not really necessary. So yeah, it's clearly there's something going on. It could just be one of those things that Cryptic has kind of left maybe intentionally vague, because there are some things that they have done with some species that is not necessarily like, exactly explained, but still not like left entirely open. I do know though that, and this is stuff that is seen in some later missions, that the Mirror Universe people do work with the Tholians, which we haven't really seen a whole lot of yet.
No.
But they become a much bigger deal later in the story. In fact, they are a much bigger deal primarily in endgame content, not really in the story. But it's kind of interesting endgame content.
Yeah, like I said before, it's nice that they take kind of obscure. Not that the lanes are like super obscure, but that they take less well-known races and do stuff with them.
Yeah, I mean the Tholians, like, yeah, they may not be obscure, but very little stuff is really done with the Tholians. I do really like that Cryptic does a lot of stuff with the lesser known, maybe species that may not have had a lot of limelight.
Yeah, like the Ilachi.
Yeah, species that may not have even had a name in their original experience.
Voth, are those guys in
the Voth? Yep, the Voth are going to be. Yep, the Voth are going to be the main villains in the upcoming season. Star Trek Online also makes a big deal about the Iconians, as we have seen so far.
Yeah.
Which are a race that are certainly mentioned a few times during the TV shows, but never really made a big deal of. Yeah, I really like how Cryptic does a lot more than just rehash the same things that you would have come to expect. Like, certainly they've got those hitters in there, like, we've got the Romulans, we've got the Klingons, we've got the Jem'Hadar,
the Borg,
we got the Borg, but
Species
they also
472, who kind of in the middle there.
Yeah.
In that they were in like 4 episodes total, but they were a big deal because they were the guys who could kick the crap out of the Borg.
Yeah.
There's a lithium ore.
Yeah. Stuff. It's a material that apparently doesn't allow access into the wormhole. That's an interesting thing to specifically mention.
I know. It's like their plot's trying to close off the wormhole.
Oh no, they wouldn't do that. And why would they even bother mentioning that if yeah. Yeah, I mean they would.
The prophets annoyed them.
Yeah.
Or something, I don't know.
It's probably revenge for all the stuff that Cisco had done in the past.
But Cisco helped the Mirror Universe. Like,
yeah,
he fixed their version of Defiant and did all kinds of crap like that. I actually really did like that DS9 kind of brought back the Mirror Universe after TNG never retouched on it.
Yeah, and it was interesting what they did with that as well. Although it could also be said that Deep Space Nine certainly had a lot of weird little subplots inside of it as it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it actually made the show pretty interesting, especially when you consider that the sort of things that would have made like the sort of things that made the other shows have their own like progression. Like so you have a ship that can go anywhere, and now you have a station that has to stay where it is. So
Yeah,
they need to do something more with the storytelling than they
yeah,
would have done in Next Generation or in Voyager. So I think it's very interesting what they've done, and I actually do enjoy it.
yeah. They focused a lot more on the character interaction and drama, and I think that's where its strength was. Not that
Yeah,
TNG
and they
never
were
had character interaction, because it
no,
did,
but shows like TNG and Voyager, it was harder. It was harder for them. Not to say that it was impossible, but it was harder for them to have a continual storyline. It was a lot of one-off stuff. That's not to say that they didn't have them, because they certainly did, but with the ever-moving nature of those shows, uh, their stories were more pushed to be new things all the time.
yeah,
Maybe they would refer to things that had happened before, but in general, their design was, like, well, again, the fairly typical monster of the week, so to speak.
hmm
It would be whatever is new that has nothing to do with anything else, and at the end of the show, things would be basically back
Oh,
to before.
their leaders
Speaking
are
of,
Captain James O'Brien. Mary Universe O'Brien's kid's a dick.
yeah,
Okay, apparently this guy basically pulled a coup on Daddy
on
O'Brien after Daddy O'Brien kicked the crap out of the Bajorans, Cardassians, and Klingons.
yeah, it's so yeah he mentions briefly what went on, but
Mhm.
like I think you were supposed to take in the insinuation of the Terran resistance somehow managed to conquer everyone again, and
Yeah,
now they are the galactic power again.
I'll
Um,
buy it.
yeah, you know what? Eh.
They found a ship from the 100 years in the future and used it to conquer everything.
Yeah, we'll just go with that.
Spoilers,
It was
it's
the
actually how it started in
Tholian.
that Enterprise episode. That is literally how the Terran Empire came to power.
It actually sounds kind of interesting.
It is. It's weird because it was both the start of the Mirror Universe and a sequel to the original Tholian web episode.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
It was, like I said, I saw 6 episodes of Enterprise, but that was by far the most interesting.
So was there a tie between the Mirror Universe guys and Tholians in that episode?
Uh, Tholians existed, and the Mirror Universe Terrans killed them.
Okay.
Like, not all of them, just, Tholians that were there.
Hmm.
I think that was actually the first time we saw a Tholian, like what an actual Tholian looks like, too.
It might have
Like,
been.
clearly. Because quadrupedal crystal guys are not something that you could really accurately
Yeah,
do
it
in
would have been
1966.
very difficult to represent them any earlier than Voyager, because like Voyager was, I think, the first time they really started using more than just
Using CGI for the aliens.
yeah, they started using more CGI, because before Voyager they were still working on practical props, which certainly was certainly an amazing feat for some of them, but yeah, I know they had some CGI for ships in DS9, but they still primarily use a lot of practical models.
Well, I think a lot of stuff they did use CGI for in DS9 was kind of reusing resources from First Contact.
Yes, you're right.
Because, yeah, CGI, all CGI on a TV show at that point was fairly expensive, though Babylon 5 managed it. There's another great
Yeah.
show about a space station.
Yeah.
With a very strong character focus that aired around the same time. There always was like this rumor floating around that J. Michael Straczynski like floated Babylon 5 by Paramount and they passed on it.
Only
Only
they end up
come out
making
with
the same thing.
DS9 later. I don't know like how true that is. I mean, while the base premise is the same, the specifics of each show are fairly different.
Yeah, like you can't really say that the two shows are all that similar beyond them being focused on a space station and the main character getting his own ship. Anyways, so we have stopped the mirror universe plot to reroute
And
the wormhole.
now we get to talk to the prophets. Who is, of course, conveniently looks like someone.
Yeah. Does it look like one of your bridge officers or just a random person?
I think it's one of my bridge officers, but I'd have to look. It's not one of the ones I use a lot, actually.
Okay.
No, not one of mine. So, I don't know.
Oh. So apparently the orb of possibilities that we found is actually not of this universe. And the prophet wants us to do something about that, which I'm actually not entirely sure there is a mission for, because there is a similar ending mission on the Romulan side, which just straight up ends. Like you do nothing more with it.
I'll check the episode listing in a second, because I'm pretty sure we actually do kind of deal with it in the future.
No, I mean we do.
I know
We
do
deal
with
with
more
we deal with
stuff.
something else, but I don't think we actually do anything with the orb of possibilities.
Maybe they're saving that for something else later.
Yeah.
Well, we're back on the real Deep Space Nine. And we'll look really fast. Oh, we get armor too.
Yeah.
And I'm level 47. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm level 47 as well. But that'll be it for us for this week.
Yeah, 3 missions from now we deal with it. Spoilers.
Do we? Maybe it just it's kind of strange. Maybe they just didn't bother converting that mission for Romulans. Oh,
Maybe.
whatever. That's okay. So yeah, that'll be it for us for this week.
Yeah, next week you could deal with other stuff.
Yeah. Thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.